Hello dear ones, welcome back to the channel. Today, I haven't prepared anything in particular. I just want to briefly share in my own words how I see David Schwartz's statement. He explicitly stated here in a Zoom call that during the meeting, the dealings with major banks are not, in his opinion, the success story of Ripple, etc. I believe Arvin has already addressed this and has also indeed read out the tweet and the messages that were exchanged. Go to the channel and check out today's video. There, you can see the complete course. I didn't look that up right now. I just want to explain briefly because I always try to explain it as simply as possible. David Schwartz has a very northern way of saying things. It is definitely clear what he meant by that. However, for me and many others, it is not, and that's why I would like to give you an example, or that's how I see it. Yes, I could be wrong. As I said, this is not investment or financial advice. Well, David Schwartz said it was lively on X, formerly Twitter. Why is Ripple not the success story for the banks? He then elaborated on it again and compared it more to the Walmart chain and a small new boutique, stating that the collaboration with this small boutique with Ripple is a much more promising story than Walmart working with Ripple, because Walmart is already successful. Now let me take you to the very crucial point of why the major banks and why Ripple are so strongly opposed. I will also address this again in the next video. There are new developments of the stablecoin in Palau, and this also illustrates it very nicely for you. There are also some problems, but not from Ripple and not from Palau. More on that in the next video. Imagine you have a taxi chain. You have 100 taxis in a big city, and you also have a logistics company on the side. Now you are working with the largest gas station chain in this city. Let's call it Blue. Now a brand new gas station is opening, and it sells fuel at 50% lower per liter. Why? Because this small new gas station has managed to produce a liter of fuel for 10 cents. And the large gas station chain sells the liter for 2 euros. So far, so understandable. Now, of course, you will stay as entrepreneurs with the blue one because the blue one has realized, crap, something stupid is happening. The blue gas station chain sells the liter for 90 cents. Why? Because it has to pay various fees to numerous other large gas station chains, such as Shell and BP, in order for them to be transported. The transport takes 3 to 5 days through the larger gas station chain or through, I don't know, the refinery, for example. Let's call the refinery German refinery. Anyway, the big blue chain, well, now they realize, okay, now you entrepreneurs are paying. Wait a moment. I'm only paying half at the other banks. Why should I stay with this bank? I have 100 taxis and I have trucks. I get the liter 50% cheaper there. You hardly stay with the blue chain. The blue chain notices this and says, we've a new little gas station here. Not only is it actually half the price, but instead of really paying 90 cents per liter, they only pay 10 cents per liter. What will the blue chain do? Will it reduce prices by 50% now and go out with a gross profit of 10 cents per liter? Or will it? They connect more with this small chain and then say, hey, look, we will also go down with you, but we want to use your technology to produce it at 10 cents per liter. And we are excited about this collaboration. It's about the Ripple system with the 10-cent model compared to the 90-cent SWIFT system. And that's why everyone is flipping out right now. And that's why there is such a struggle here. And I think that David Schwartz has clearly stated that the blue chain has already been successful. And if they switch now, it won't be a success story for the blue chain just because they adopt our system. On the contrary, they then earn 90 cents. They probably have more options to reduce costs, or they have such overhead that they still have to sell for €1 or even 1.10 euros, while the small gas station always has a steady flow of customers and can live just as well with their 90 cents as the big blue one. This system is disruptive. It is disturbing. Disrupting an old system is disruptive. And that's why I think Ripple is being approached this way. We will see how this develops further. I hope I was able to explain this to you briefly in simple words. Because David Schwartz has a very special way of speaking, and I really had to watch it 2 or 3 times to even really understand what he means. And the other person then joined in and reacted very critically, indeed, quite rightly. You can read it again if you like, but you can perhaps search for it and then form your own opinion. But this is how I understand it as I see the technology behind it. And it will simply take time until everything is switched over. And then, in the next video, we will have a discussion about a publication from the Department of the Treasury in the United States. I see I don't have it yet, which is why the video is not available yet. It will come tomorrow. Tomorrow is a holiday, so I can manage that. It is partly about better, based on what I have read, and Bitcoin. And it's about private money, and I don't know how to evaluate that. I honestly need to sleep on it. I like Bitcoin, I like the ledger behind Bitcoin, and now I will sleep on it overnight. You can look forward to it. It will come tomorrow. It will be a bit longer. And I said this Palau story, what I have for you here today, I will show you later. I found that quite interesting when we talk about distributed ledger technology here from Ledger Insights. And they never quote Ripple. Standart Chartered Security Services says that the DLT-based system is already profitable. That's what it's about, friends. It's about the money. The MEXC Security Services division of Standart Chartered is pursuing a 3-pronged strategy for the implementation of blockchain. The first product is indeed a DLT-based transfer agency system that is already live. The second offering, a solution for the custody of digital assets, is the onboarding of first customers. The company is currently working on the third planned step of tokenization, including financing and collateral. Ying 2001. Ying Tan, global head of product management for the division, said during the CBOS event that the new transfer point system is 60% more efficient than the old one. What does that mean? It means that it is already profitable. And that's what it's about. It's like this gas station chain. It really comes down to the fact that the banks will have to adapt here. And it comes from the central banks. I'm very convinced of that. Then, again about Standart Chartered, they were connected with Drupal. That was around 2016, but since then there's been nothing more until April this year. The future of crypto ETFs, Standart Chartered predicts a Ripple, XRP, ETF for 2025. There are probably still new connections there. Let's stick with these upper central banks, as the story has of course also circulated here through X and so on. Ledger Insights again with the following tweet. The BIS ARC has the mBridge cross-border projects. Payments are being handed over to the involved and relevant central banks. The discussion follows about a BRICS bridge payment system. The banks for international payment settlement will not participate in projects that represent a channel for the violation of sanctions. What is going on there? mBridge, never somehow connected with XRP and the XRP ledger. There has always been a story about XRP haters. mBridge works without XRP and the XRP ledger. It is a project mainly for cross-border payments. Here, various central banks were involved, and then I will go directly to Ledger Insights regarding this article. hands over payment system, CBDC payment system, mBridge after BRICS controversy. Why the controversy? At the BRICS summit that took place last week, the BRICS countries referred to mBridge, and then the American government came around, and I believe it was the Deputy Secretary of the Treasury or the spokesperson for the Treasury Department who said that mBridge poses a threat to democracy, because mBridge is indeed able to circumvent sanctions in sanctioned countries and collect funds. mBridge is a danger to democracy. Let it sink in. Back to the article. Here we have Mr. Augustin, the boss. So this is about the central banks that were involved. The central banks of China, Hong Kong, Saudi Arabia, Thailand, and the United Arab Emirates. Oops, the Americans probably won't like that. Moving away from the dollar, the goal of BRICS using national currencies is just not acceptable. We will see how this develops. That's it from me for today. I wish you all a nice evening, and I sincerely wish you valuable time and to stay healthy. We'll see each other in the next video, my dears. Oh, come on. Take care.
Shall we perhaps take a look at the credits? Or happy holidays, by the way, and bye. It introduced a component, Ripple. In 2014, the Central Banks and Cash Alliance, including the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the Clinton Global Initiative, and 32 governments, reported digitized payments. A year later, the Cash Alliance launched a cryptocurrency on its website. Ripple Chain then Cash Alliance UN initiatives focus on the Sustainable Development Goals for 2030. You can see the SDGs logo on Bill Gates' lapel, the global entrepreneur, on the TAN Cash Alliance website and on the UN's official exchange. What cryptocurrency trading do they officially use for their carbon credit solutions? XRP. In 2025, ISO 2022 will be adopted as a new standard. Who was the first ISO 2022 member to focus on distributor technology? Ripple, along with 300 financial institutions, including Bank of America, American Express, PNC, Santander, SBI, HSBC, Standard Chartered Bank, Bank of England, India, Singapore, Scotland, Australia, Indonesia, the largest banks in Japan, Canada, Egypt, the Middle East, and others. As a former employee overseeing the Federal Reserve, Ripple, BlackRock's digital asset division, Ripple, Australia's CBDC project, Ripple. Ripple has strategically hired a number of high-profile individuals to strengthen its board and advisory team. Among these notable figures is a former official from the Treasury of the United States who brings a wealth of experience in financial policy and regulation. Additionally, Ripple has enlisted the expertise of 2 former attorneys from the Federal Reserve who are well-versed in the intricacies of monetary policy and banking law. The board also benefits from the insights of 2 advisors who served under the Clinton and Obama administrations, offering a deep understanding of governmental operations and economic strategies. Furthermore, the team includes a former Minister of Defense and Economics from Germany whose international perspective and leadership experience are invaluable. Lastly, a former business director at Swift, a global provider of secure financial messaging services, has joined Ripple, bringing with them a comprehensive knowledge of international banking systems and operations. This diverse and experienced team positions Ripple to navigate the complex landscape of global finance effectively. Now, does Ripple and XRP sound like they're going to disappear, or do they sound like they're part of a much bigger plan? You decide.